Okay, welcome back to my channel. So, ito yung sitwasyon. Tatlo kayong magkakapatid and nagmana kayo ng isang ektaryang lupa. So, yung isang kapatid mo, binenta yung kanyang portion. Sabi nating 1/3. So, ang tanong dito, kailan mo pwedeng mabawi yung portion na yun doon sa nakabili? Pakitapos lang yung video at baka matouch natin yung possible questions nyo. And as a reminder, if meron kayong actual case, better consult a lawyer near you. My videos are for educational purposes only and should not be taken as a legal advice. So, yung case natin na i-discuss today is the case of Antonio Azurin Jr. and Rafael Azurin versus Carlito Chua. This is a 2025 case. Ito yung facts ng case na to. Merong lot 236. And pagmamay-ari ito dati ng mag-asawa. So hindi na natin papangalanan yung mag-asawa para hindi kayo malito. So itong spouses nung mamatay, yung property was then solely registered kay Antonio Azurin Sr. So yan yung tatay ni Azurin Jr. May mga kapatid siya na naghabol doon sa property, kaya nag-file ng recovery of property and nullity of documents against Azurin Jr. na nung time na yon was in possession of the property. So nanalo yung isang kapatid, si Adelaida, and adjudge sa kanya yung 1/4 of lot 236. And on the basis of that decision, binenta ni Adelaida yung kanyang 1/4 kay Carlito Chua noong 2005. So itong lot 236 na survey and na-segregate or nahiwalay si lot 236A dito sa kabuuan na lote. Nagkaroon din ng titulo si Carlito Chua. After that, nag-file si Carlito for recovery of possession against Antonio Azurin Jr. So, in the decision dated June 2, 2014, panalo si Carlito. Noong 2016, si Azurin Jr. naman nag-file ng legal redemption. So, later, i-discuss natin ano ba itong legal redemption na ito. So, ang contention ni Azurin Jr., si Adelaida daw hindi nagbigay ng written notice ng sale. And sabi sa Article 1623 of the New Civil Code, the written notice is indispensable despite actual knowledge. So, yung case nakarating sa Supreme Court. So, yung relevant provisions of law dito, yung Article 1620 and Article 1623 ng New Civil Code, ito yung pinagbasihan ng Supreme Court, ito yung sinite. So, if-flash ko on the screen, di na natin yan babasahin. So, basahin nyo na lang, but ang simpleng paliwanag dyan is yung co-owner, pwede siyang mag-redeem nung property or yung portion na ibinenta ng co-owner. O halimbawa sa case natin, yung isang kapatid. 30 days or within 30 days from notice. So dito kasi, pag binasa mo yung 1623, kailangan dito ng written notice. Dito sa case na to, ang co-owner sina Adelaida and Antonio Jr. Binenta ni Adelaida yung kanyang share sa third person who is Carlito Chua. So, sina Azurin Jr. argued na hindi pa nag-uumpisa yung 30-day period kasi nga wala namang written notice. So, dagdag pa ni na Azurin Jr. at nag-cite din sila ng mga Supreme Court rulings, mandatory daw and indispensable ang written notice. So, yung mga rulings na sinite are Rama versus Spouses Nogra, Verdad versus Court of Appeals, Spouses Pascual versus Spouses Ballesteros. Pero syempre, hindi na natin i-discuss yung mga cases. In response, si Supreme Court addressed a 2021 case entitled Baltasar versus Miguel, kung saan ang court relaxed the written notice requirement. And cited din dyan yung case ni Etcuban versus Court of Appeals and Aguilar versus Aguilar. Of course, again, we will not discuss these cases para hindi kayo malito. Dediretso tayo doon sa malinaw na sinabi ng Supreme Court. Ang paglilinaw ng Supreme Court, kailangan pa din naman yung written notice. but wala naman sinabi ang batas anong form, so long as it informs the co-owner of the terms and conditions of the sale, its validity and efficacy. Nonetheless, while such written notice is mandatory, merong 1987 case na pinaliwanag dito ang Supreme Court, which is Alonso versus Intermediate Appellate Court. Walang written notice dito, but the Supreme Court yielded to equity. Papaliwanag natin pa yan. Dito kasi sa Alonso case, after mabili yung property, ay nagpatayo yung buyer ng bahay dito sa property nito, dito sa lupa, at binakuran niya. So, obvious naman na makikita ito nung co-owner. However, si co-owner nag-redeem after a decade. Paliwanag dito ng Supreme Court, hindi inaabandona ang mandatory requirement na written notice. Ang exception is kung merong peculiar circumstances and merong latches on the part ng co-owner na nagre-redeem. So, in this case, nila Azurin Jr., same logic. There are peculiar circumstances like, tulad nitong Lot 236, pina-survey and na-segregate yung Lot 2368. Take note, sila Azurin, sila yung nakaposisyon doon sa property na to. Kaya talagang malalaman nila na sinusurvey yung lupain. And second, nung una pa lang na nag-file si Carlito Chua ng recovery of possession, Azurin was already notified of the sale. Kaya nga nagkakaso si Carlito. So as concluded by the court, earlier than 2010, alam na ni Azurin ang sale, but nag-redeem lang sila nung 2016. So meron ng latches dyan. In simple terms, may kababayaan on the part of Azurin. Thus, the written notice is hindi na kailangan. So that's it for today's topic. Sana marami kayong natutunan. For now, please like this video, share this with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and do not forget to hit that notification bell icon para ma-notify kayo ng mga next videos ko na i-upload. Thank you very much.